Hi, welcome to Woodport Guitars, where we build cigar box guitars and sometimes go into unnecessary detail. This time we're wiring up two humbuckers with a three-way switch in a single volume and a single tone control. Now this guitar is getting two snake oil mini humbuckers from CB Gitty. These pickups just have a ground and a hot wire. The switch in its middle position is normally closed, meaning both pickups are hot. When you move the switch handle to one side, the contact of the other side is opened, so that pickup is no longer hot. So just remember, when wiring and installing the switch, it plays opposites. The volume and tone controls are both 500k ohm potentiometers. The tone control came with a capacitor already installed. Now to finish it up, it's just a standard 2-contact output jack. Now in this first crudely drawn diagram, you see the pickup over on the right with its plus and its minus, the hot wire and the ground. And to the far left is the output jack. Yeah, that's an output jack with its hot and its ground. And in the middle you see a variable resistor or a potentiometer, which is what I've drawn below. And you can see with the dotted lines where each one of these lugs on this pot would actually connect into this circuit. So you have the hot coming off your pickup, going into this resistor that goes to ground. Where this wiper is determines how loud it is. Now this is just a kind of a simple diagram of how the switch works. When it's in its middle position, the neck and bridge pickups are both hot, but if you flip it up, only the neck pickup is hot and the bridge pickup will not be making contact with the out. Same thing when you flip it all the way down, the bridge pickup will still be connected to the output, but nothing is coming from the neck pickup. That's how this switch is wired, but in real life, if you look over at this diagram, you can see the switch. There's just a big ground lug on the back, and then you have your three connections in the front. And they're pretty basic. One pickup on each outside. Your output going to your volume control is the center lug. Now this center one is the line that goes to your volume control. And don't forget, you have to have a ground wire coming from the switch going to your volume control, and usually soldered to the case, where this lug number one is usually soldered to the case, all grounded. In this one we're adding a tone control. This one came with a capacitor already installed, so the only thing I had to do was ground the case of it to the volume control, to the output jack. Everybody's grounded, and just tap off of the outline, the hot wire line that's going to your output jack. Just tap off of it and come into this first lug like you did on the volume control. Now for the tailpiece, I cut a pick shape out of this aluminum hard drive caddy. I used a jeweler's saw and some very fine blades. A little beeswax on the blades makes for smoother cutting. Lots of filing that I did off camera because I did a sloppy job of cutting on the line, and I'm just trying to slip in a little bit of time in the shop here and there. Lots of sanding, 280 grit, 400 grit, 1000 grit, and that's wet dry, and I was using it wet. And I tried using this small polishing wheel on the drill press, and it just didn't work out so well. So I used micro mesh pads that go up to 12,000 grit. And of course that was after I drilled my string holes and my mounting holes using a countersink bit. And this big chunk of walnut came from my brother, and he is getting this guitar. So I wanted to use some of this on his guitar. So I thinned up a little piece of maple, and I wanted to use this natural curve of the wood, but it started turning out looking like the roof of a Pizza Hut. So to quote Joe Jackson, if my eyes don't deceive me, there's something going wrong around here. So I cut another chunk of walnut, put a curve in the bottom to make it, well, like a bridge, a little lacquer and a fret on the top. Now if you've watched enough of my videos, you know I'll play a lot of the same riffs on every guitar, and it's just a reference thing for me so I can hear how different each guitar sounds playing the same thing. But this one is a 4-stringer. It's tuned from low to high, G, D, G, B. It's part of an open G tuning you would use on a 6-string guitar. If you want to know more about open G tuning, listen to Ray Wylie Hubbard's song called Open G. He tells you how to tune the guitar and how to play something. If you've never heard the song, it's worth the listen. And also, I ordered it for this chord. This is a chord shape used a lot by Keith Bridgers of the Rolling Stones. And I want to play around with the slide a bit. So thanks for hanging out with me in the shop. If you got something from the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff helps. Until next time, whether it's 3 strings or 4, create, build, play, have fun.